Great. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome back to the MKAU podcast. Today, we are joined by an esteemed man, someone that has been described as the voice of pretty much everybody's childhood, arguably. It is our esteemed honor here at MKU to bring to us today our guest, the legendary Mr. Jim Cummings. Jim, how are you, sir?
Oh, very good. Thank you, James. That was a heck of an intro. I'll try to live up to it.
Oh, so
It's
you
good
have
to see
done
you.
you have done more than enough for all of us out there. Jim, we're coming together today to talk about Supanova, and coming back to Australia. You've done a few, well, for lack of a better term, you've done a few conventions.
Oh,
Um,
yeah.
but coming back to Australia, they have been few and far between. So every time we see you on the bill, it's always an exciting time. I just want to ask you, when coming to Australian conventions, minus obviously the travel,
Mhm.
is there any difference for you as coming here compared to the ones that you do in America? Are they better? Are they worse? Like, how do you find them?
Yes. Well, I like them very much there because I get to go and say hello to the guaca
Fair.
and Tasmanian devil too.
Yes.
So no, I'm kidding around, but I'm not because
Mm,
I really do. I love Australia. I love the folks. Everybody's got a great sense of humor,
mm.
and I'll sit down and have a cold beer with somebody, and it's a great time. Beautiful thing.
No, it's fan. I we're so excited to see that you're coming back again after some time, but it's been
Yeah.
fantastic. For those of you that have not been able to meet you in person, they can, of course, catch up with you pretty much every week now with your Tuned In podcast.
Yes.
So
Thank you for
much like,
mentioning that.
no, of course. So much like what we're doing here today, how different for you being an actor both off stage and screen, primarily voice acting, how has
Yeah.
it differed for you to, I guess, be the interviewer, or E rather,
Mhm.
but now sort of host your own and interview other people in like-minded fields. Is there, other than doing the workload, which is some camaraderie there, was it stressful to sort of go into being an interviewer, or was it sort of just like talking to a friend?
Well, a little bit. It's very much talking to a friend because so many of them are my colleagues that I've worked with
Mhm.
and had fun with and known for years and years.
Mm.
And then there are a very generous amount in there that I get to meet for the first time during the podcast, or else I'll see them at a Comic Con or convention of some sort,
Mm.
and it's really really interesting because it's a lot of faces. I always say that it's the faces and the voices, but it's the behind the scenes answers to the questions that you did not. And
Yes.
it's a lot of fun, and it's a lot of fun to interview people, and you find out things that you would never would have known otherwise, and it's
Yeah.
very cool.
It does feel like that listening to the episodes, because for myself, to sort of speak selfishly for a moment, going and watching the videos of how it first started out, there was sort of like those testing ground periods where it was like, okay, I'm talking to a friend, but where do we go from here? But nowadays it's very streamlined and it's so fun
Thank you.
to listen to. So I was always just doing podcasts myself. It's always interesting to find out for someone of your caliber, like how you find it yourself, being that you're now hosting your own. When you do speak about on your podcast, there you mention one of the favorite lines that I remember you saying is, whenever you have work that's done or you get asked to do some work from a director, you say, okay, I'll do it once how it's written, and I'll do it again how it's meant to be done.
Yeah.
um,
Yeah.
for I'm very interested to know from someone of like yourself that's in the entertainment field, um, how much, when you are approached for a role, let's say, for example, it's not the iconic ones that you have done or continue to do, but let's say it's a brand new character. How much of that character, based on maybe a bit of a synopsis or the artwork,
Mhm.
differs from that, or where you would read or have something in you that you sort of draw from personal experience? Like, are you more, does the synopsis or the writing maybe even the direction guide you into finding that sort of niche familiarity,
sure.
or is it more the artwork of the character going, oh, he looks like this, he'll probably sound like this? Like, which one sort of helps you more?
It's a little of both. It's
Okay.
very much it's quite a stew, actually, because you have to be faithful to the character as written, by the writer, and then and if you want to do that, you want to be true to their vision, and you give them a choice or two here, a choice or two there, and I guess I could maybe use a character like Don Carnage. He was from Chippendale Rescue Ranger. He was a guy. He was a pirate, and they wanted him to be a pirate. Well, at that time, everybody, it was all sort of like, blimey, mate, I'll tell you what, it's going to be a British fort, and that was kind of a standard.
Yes.
And it had been done to death. And I thought, well, there were Pirates of the Caribbean too. And in fact, Disney made a movie or two based on that theme, and a few bodacious thrill rides on the different parks. So I thought that it might be fun to have Don Carnage sound like he was from Cuba or maybe Puerto Rico. You don't know where he's from. And but Don Carnage, you got to roll the R. And they had pirates too. And I went and I did the the Ben Gunn, that standard old Cockney, which everybody was familiar with. And I said, well, how about, because there are pirates that were not from England, and so I threw that out there, and they said, wow, that's not bad. So every now and then the curveball, you can hit a curveball and get a home run.
Yeah.
And that's basically what I did with Don Carnage. So, give them one like they ask for. And then my joke is, then give them one that they really should use.
It's funny, Jim, just from a personal standpoint, I've kind of adopted that into a lot of the entertainment work that I do now. I've been involved, I guess, similar field, but probably drastically the opposite, in professional wrestling. And so there's a lot of character work, there's a lot of voice acting, a lot of promotions and things of that nature. Not, of course, to the level that you do it, but very similar fields, if you will.
Yeah.
And ever since listening to your podcast and hearing that joke, I'll get some direction from the promoter going, okay, we wanted to do it like this. I go, okay, yeah, I'll do it once, and then I'll do it properly.
Yeah.
So thank you.
Yeah,
thank you for that guidance.
You don't want to announce it as such, because they might take it the right way, and we don't want that.
So yes, thank you for that guidance, Jim.
There you go. It's my pleasure.
With these caliber of characters that you have now, I'm not sure how many licensing or NDAs or anything that you may be under, but if you had the choice, I mean, there may be some already. Like I said, I'm not too sure, but obviously you're the man doing them, so you would definitely know. But if you had the choice to bring back some certain characters from your esteemed roster of work that you've done, is there anyone that you would like to go, oh, look, maybe one more run as this guy, that would be a lot of fun? Or where would that person be now? Is that something you've ever thought about?
Oh, sure. I'm very emotionally attached to Darkwing Duck.
Of course, yes.
And Hondo Ohnaka from Star Wars.
Yes.
And I get a kick out of both of them. And something tells me that, in fact, I think it's public knowledge, I'm allowed to speak on it now, that Darkwing is coming back.
Oh, great.
So, yeah, I'm very happy about that.
Do you know if it's going to be like, is it sort of, I mean, this is where we get into the weeds, but do you know if it's going to be a continuation of the original series, or is it like a soft reboot? Well,
it's no, it's not going to take up like from the next day.
Okay.
30 years ago when we stopped. But, he's always had a certain Batman style about him, because Batman doesn't have any superpowers, but he has a heck of a lot of gimmicks. Yes. And that's Darkwing.
Yeah.
And they even have masks. And so that's interesting. And he's coming back a la Batman
Mm.
30 years later, and he has aged.
Okay.
So he's aged. So I mean, who knows? Is he 50? I don't know. He maybe a little younger, a little older. But Gosling has grown up, his
Right.
daughter.
Yep.
She's an adult.
Mhm.
And that, we haven't started recording them, so I can't give anything away because I don't know that much.
Well, that helps. That's helpful.
Yeah, there you have it.
Can't get in trouble if you don't know, right?
And all I can say is stay tuned.
Fantastic. That does bring up another interesting point, especially when it comes to voice acting. You do these characters for, like you mentioned, Darkwing about 30 years ago, it roughly stopped. But the interesting thing is about age, especially with animated characters. What's your standpoint on characters that age? For example, like Winnie the Pooh is essentially drawn timeless, right?
Yes.
The world around him may age. 100 Acre Woods is possibly a concept of the world of make believe, but with that character, it would be odd to see an old Winnie the Pooh.
Yeah.
But just for someone that has has done those two characters' voices, Darkwing coming back older and Winnie the Pooh sort of timeless. Where do you stand on comic book characters or cartoon characters for that for this example? Do you like the idea of them coming back and seeing them age, or do you prefer them to be like Winnie and sort of remain sort of timeless?
That depends on the character. It obviously depends on the character. I think Winnie the Pooh and Tigger, they're frozen in time. The 100 Acre Wood will always be the 100 Acre Wood. So that's kind of a standard. That's not going to go anywhere. But I think if it serves the character and it serves the storyline, like it does with Darkwing, then I say full speed ahead. Let him all the birthdays he deserves. And the fact is, it gives him one more hurdle to overcome.
Yep.
And it makes him just that much more valiant.
Yeah.
So I can't wait. I can't wait to jump in. I'm very excited for this.
Another character that sort of blends those lines between timeless and aging is Hondo Ohnaka from the Clone Wars, as you mentioned. On your podcast, you did mention about how he's featured in one of the Star Wars rides now.
Yes. Oh, yeah. Millennium Falcon Smuggler's Run. In fact, I just did recent motion capture for Star Wars Outlaws video games.
Great.
That are coming out there. Hondo he's not done. We are not done with Hondo. He's coming to a screen near you in one way or another.
Fantastic. Have you had the chance to go to the ride and see essentially Hondo in person?
Oh my gosh, yes, indeed. It was stunning. I think my family and I, we were among the very first people on the ride because you work for it, you do this, you do that, and time goes on. They're working on it. Finally, and then the big reveal, and my goodness, it's unbelievably impressive because first of all, you turn a corner in Disneyland or Disney World. I've been to both, and boom, there's the Millennium Falcon. It's not a mock-up. It's not a cardboard. It's not paper.
It's real.
It's the Millennium. You're getting up and you're going up the gangplank and you walk through and you're sitting there and you can see that there's the gallery. There's the room where they're sitting there playing those 3D chess pieces with the little characters around it. It's there. You're sitting there.
Wow.
In fact, they told me that it was so compelling, the mock-up, the ride itself, that people were going up and they weren't completing the ride. They were just sitting around. They just wanted to hang out in the Millennium Falcon. Yeah, there you go, buddy. It's me. I'm on so, and it was crazy cool.
Yeah.
And like I said, my family and I, we were invited to be among the inaugural voyage, and it's great. I can't recommend it enough. If you get a chance to do it, do it.
Was it? Is I mean, because you've been playing that character for I mean, quite some time now. Is it
Yeah.
is it still weird to see? Well, not weird as in like a bad way, but is it weird to sort of see Hondo in person, but sort of hear you? Does that ever sort of resonate? Like you go, oh, it's me, but it's not. Like,
It's joyous. I
yeah,
just thought it was great,
yeah,
because I, when, like I say, when they gave us a ride on the
mm,
ride,
yeah,
you walk in and there's this gigantic room, and there's Hondo up there, and he's got his back to you,
hmm,
and and he's totally life size, and he's doing this and he's doing that, and he's telling, get over here, do this, and he's yelling out to the crew and doing this, and he's got a screen in front of him, and he's frantically punching, and doing this and doing that and moving things about on the screen. And then he turns around and he walks out to the ring, and I went, whoa, and everybody went, oh, okay, because you're not expecting him to turn around and walk out. And he looks down there and he goes, well, 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 who have we got here? Hello there. Hello, it's good to see so many of you. Oh, you want to go on Hondo's ship? Well, I have good news and I have bad news. I don't own the ship, but, you know, I don't think Han Solo will mind if we borrow it for a little while. And and it's sublime. It's wonderful.
yeah.
So I can't recommend it highly enough.
I'm glad that that they made you guys the first, if not one of the first people to experience that, because that's
Yeah.
just a polite thing to do, I
Yeah.
guess.
And Star Wars Outlaws, by the way, is going to be
Mm,
quite something.
yeah.
And I did the motion capture for that. So, you dress up and you put all this stuff all over my face, and it was amazing. And I
Wow.
can't wait to see it.
So
Haven't
is
seen haven't seen it.
uh I know that the game is out.
Yeah.
Is Hondo's chapter something new that they're adding?
Yes.
Is that
Yes. Yeah. It's going to be something. Yeah.
oh, that's
And
fantastic.
it looks great, and I hope everybody likes it.
Well, that's what you want, right? Well,
That's the idea.
speaking about mocap, a few years ago, we had the chance to almost in the similar line of as Hook, which I know that you were a part of, the Christopher Robin movie,
Hmm.
where and the reason I say it's similar to Hook is that concept of what if Christopher Robin grew up and forgot about who he was. Hook and Peter Pan was the same kind of thing, so it played on that, what if scenario. Um, Now, although the mocap may have not been you as Winnie the Pooh in live action with Ewan McGregor there, um, how was it for you recording those and seeing almost a realistic version of Winnie the Pooh in it was set, sort of old time England,
Yes.
if it were,
Yes.
but was that something for you that resonated on the same, I guess, sort of happiness as saying
I
Hondo in real life, or
Yeah. Well, I have to tell you, it was completely different,
mm.
because Hondo and Winnie the Pooh are not. They don't live in the same neighborhood.
Yeah,
So that's for sure.
probably for the
But
best.
it was probably for the best.
Yeah.
But I've told people before, it's like, it's not as though I didn't know what was going to happen. I
Mm.
knew everything that was going
Yes.
to happen,
Mm.
and it was crazy. I'm sitting there and I'm watching the movie, and Pooh and Tigger are doing their thing, and Ewan McGregor was fantastic, and Haley Atwell, they were fantastic. The
Mm.
whole crew, on camera, off camera, and I find myself weeping, and it was ridiculous, because it's like, wait a minute, that's you. You know what's going to happen. You know what they're going to say. Why are you being so touched? And
Yeah.
I've had uh, almost universal uh, comments from people who
Mm.
universally said that, oh my God, I just went there and I cried. I just cried
Mm.
through the whole movie, because it was so touching and it was so real, and it pulled on all your emotional heartstrings.
Mm.
And I just thought, Mark Forster and the gang. It was so well written. It was so beautifully realized. Um, I just thought it was amazing.
It was.
Can't
It
wait
was.
for the sequel. Uh-huh.
Do you think they will be doing another one? Do you know if they are?
Well, I don't know, but they're not waiting on me.
Would you like to? Would you like to
Oh, I
see
would
us?
very much so. Well, I've often thought that Maddie, the little girl, could grow up
Mm,
and have a similar experience that she forgot about the 100 Acre Wood. She forgot about her friends, Tigger and Pooh,
mm,
and and she finds that she goes back and is touched and reinvigorated by it.
mm.
I think it's a sequel. It's a concept waiting to happen.
Would you prefer we talked about earlier about how um where if you had the choice of like which way you would like to see it portray, if there was given a chance that you could see a character or replay a character in a certain way again, given that in a similar tone as Winnie the Pooh, would you prefer a live action version like Christopher Robin, or would you like to do it like another animated movie?
Oh well, I think the live action was very compelling.
Mm,
I thought it was so well done. My goodness,
yeah,
Mark Forster is a genius.
yeah,
You know, it was just so well done that if you can do something that well, I say if you got that string, you pull it. You know.
absolutely. Um, well, I mean, we speak about live action. We're getting to the almost we've only just started, but I feel like we're getting to the end of our time here. But I just wanted to say, if anyone would like to see Jim in live action, he is going to be at Supanova in the coming months.
Yes.
Well, we hope that us here at MKAU, we're based in Brisbane, so
Yeah.
hopefully we get a chance to come down and visit you and see you and thank you for
And
everything
I
you've
hope
done.
so. Yes, please, please.
Um,
And Supanova.
yes.
It's a super. Can't say supernova without saying super.
But again, thank you for all your time today, Jim, and we really appreciate it, and we hope to see you live and in living color soon.
Thank you. I really appreciate that. And say hello to everybody down there, and I'll be on my way. See you soon.